right, grown man
What's
talk. What's going on with you?
what's going on, brother? You can hear me good?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
I'm good, my brother. How's everything on your side, man?
I'm here, man. I'm blessed.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I heard you mention what could we do to change the dynamics between men and women of today, right?
Yeah, the hate we have for each other. Well, not me. I don't hate them, but you know what's going on. You see it.
I see it. I see it. And I think a lot of it has to do with the separation that we have as far as not having families. You know, if we're breaking it down specifically to the black community, that's one thing. Um, Definitely the lack of families, the lack of just togetherness. And I think it has something to do from my standpoint, from generations to generations of what we had to go through to get how far we are, pushed us further and further apart.
Good point.
So, like with me, I do have a YouTube, and on my channel, I push marriage, right? I'm big on getting black people together, but not just black people, but of course, I'm black. So the majority of the people that come to me, they're black. And I'm big on trying to push marriage because I truly believe that a unity is what we need to get back to. And without the unity, what do we have? Like without a father talking to a son, right, and teaching the son, a mother teaching the daughter what family's about, what do we really have? So that's why I'm so big on togetherness.
Well, if you've been following me for a minute, you know my view on marriage nowadays.
I
I'm,
actually just found you. Sorry, but I just found you, and I'm like, I started loving the content and where it was going. I'm like, I got to talk to this brother, man.
well, I believe in marriage. I believe in relationships, women, men loving each other. But I think we're at a point now where we're so far gone as human beings to where it's going to take a reset, something greater than us. I
Mm,
really believe it'll take, whether you believe in God or whatever you believe in. I think we as people are so far gone that we can't fix it.
mm,
So my advice, like spell it to a man. If you have means or money or what have you, this ain't the time to be getting married, man. That's it. And I believe in marriage. I believe in family. I got my son in there right now playing with his friend. I believe in that. And I'm divorced. And I believe in it. And I'm divorced.
right.
If somebody like me can be divorced, I wouldn't advise them because I fought for it. I fought for the family to keep it together. I wasn't a bad dude. The marriage wasn't horrible. We wasn't going through nothing serious. It's just a little knick-knack bullshit that women, especially it's what women are falling for nowadays. So
Right.
when I first started talking, women thought I hated women. I was hating what they was doing. You're
Mm,
throwing away good men. You're throwing away your whole family for how you felt at a particular moment. And they're allowed to do it. They're being allowed to do that. Instead of being hard, because say like a pistol, you want to go buy a pistol, right?
right.
They're gonna make you wait to buy that pistol because they don't want you coming in there while you mad trying to buy it. Because when the decision you make when you're mad, it'll be the decision you make when you calm down. So they
Right.
want to give you time to calm down before they sell you that pistol. But with marriage, you can go in there and file a divorce. They ain't gonna ask you how you feeling at the time, what's going on. You know what I mean? You just go in there on an emotion, file for divorce, get divorced. Later on down the road, I'm looked at now in regret. She ain't gonna admit it because of pride. But I know at any given time, if I say let's get back together, we could, and I'm not doing it. I'm
Mm,
not doing it because you done got out here and saw that the grass ain't greener on the other side. Especially when it come to me, because I was a silent. Ain't
right.
been a guy out here like me, and I couldn't keep a wife. So, and I'm doing what they say a man's supposed to do. Where I was, I ain't stuck. This just means I can't speak for your content, but I've done what a man's supposed to do, and still got left. Still got divorced. Still was like I was a problem. Like something was wrong with me. Like I was just nothing. Only
Mm,
long for you to double back and say I was wrong. I mean, you ain't really bad as I thought you were. It's too late now. It's too late. And that's what's going on out here now, man. Women are just like, I can understand if a woman being abused for real. I don't like no weak, abusive man, physically abusive, mentally abusive. I don't like that in a man either. But a lot of women are not going through that. They just ain't feeling good. I've outgrown you. So my issue with marriage is that it's too easy for them to go down there and file and then take all your shit. So
Right.
you can tell me to get married. I'm hoping you telling them to vet the person they marry.
So that's the biggest thing, right? The biggest thing is who you marry. And of course, people change throughout the years. So you could be with someone, you meet them today, and then they change tomorrow. But a lot, what I realize has to do with values. So I've been with my wife for 14 years, right? And in the 14 years that we've been together, it took a lot of me getting to know her before I even said you're going to be my wife. And it was because I had other men talking to me to vet her out the right way, right? So I truly believe that men need to talk to other men. Don't go to women. The problem I believe in our community is that it's more women that's predominant in your families, right? So we tend to go to our mamas when we have problems. We tend to go to our sisters. We tend to talk to our homegirls if our, girlfriend or our wife or girlfriend at the time is getting us mad. Other than saying, let me bring the situation to men that are married that understand what your purpose is supposed to be. So I surround myself with like-minded men. So even like now when my wife and I have problems, I bring those to her. So, which is why I personally see that value in it and why I haven't lost it. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, this is my second marriage, right? My first marriage before that only lasted for 2 years. And then I've been with my wife now for 14. So me understanding that what it actually takes is the same way I coach my sons, right? The same way I coach the other young men that's in my circle, in my community, my employees. I coach them the same way as well on how to navigate this marriage thing. Because the only way, a foundation in my eyes, right? The only way a foundation can actually be built is on something stable. Stability has always been known to be a family unit where nothing can actually break that if it's strong. If it's strong, and that to me is the key word.
Let me ask you a
Right?
question.
Mhm.
Say for instance, if I was going to tell a man, hey, marriage is a good thing. How long do you feel nowadays a man of two people, should be together before they get married?
I would say it's okay. So if we have to look on average, because of course,
A minimum time.
a minimum, I would say roughly, because in today's time, before I would have said 6 months. Today, I would say maybe roughly a year and a half to 2 years.
Oh no, that
Minimum.
ain't long enough. I know some
Oh
savages.
man.
I know some savages,
Mm,
some master manipulators. I
right,
don't know if you know my background, where I'm from. I'm a hood dude, reformed hood dude. So I've seen
right,
the best of both worlds. I was an
right,
honor roll student all through our school. From the time I set foot in school until I graduated, I was on honor roll. So I took book sense and then got turned out by the streets. So
right,
I got both, knowledge on both sides.
right,
And seeing what I saw in the streets that a lot of people don't see, like the justice system, cops. I've been knew police were crooked before it's on the mainstream now.
right,
I've been knew they were killing people, innocent people, before the mainstream. I've been knew I've been saw pastors and preachers dropping hookers off in the neighborhood and then go preach on Sunday about adultery and what have you. I done seen all this
right,
stuff. All right, I done dealt with, and I'm not proud of it. I've dealt with married women. when
Right.
I was a street out there in the street, a loser. Even though I was a loser because of what I was doing. At the time, I thought I was somebody, but when I look back in reality, I was a loser.
You was
And I'm
learning.
looking,
You was learning.
and I'm looking at women chase after a loser because they were chasing after me, which I was a loser. I didn't know at the time because I had the street money or whatever, so I thought I was winning. Not knowing now, I look back, I was losing and could have lost bigger than what I lost. But my point is, I got women that got the great husbands like you talk about, chasing me. Got the good husband. I was too young to give a damn because my ego and pride was like, I got his old lady. There's not, my ego and pride wouldn't let me see how, man, this is foul. I see it now, man, this fucked up. But I'm looking at women that supervise at the plant. You name it, all types of men with great jobs that doing what they say men supposed to do, paying all the bills. She ain't got to work, housewife, he providing the car. She coming to get me in the car that he paying for, all that type stuff. And they go home and they kiss and love, and I see them out in the bottom of the mall, different places, all hugged up, like she would just with. I'm like, damn. So this has affected me over years.
Right.
And then dealing with my own relationships and stuff like that, going through the same thing, they might say, well, that's karma. No, it ain't karma because it happens to the best people. Even good men go through that. That they karma too. It happens. So I'm talking about the day and time that we living in, there's no loyalty for real. In my opinion. Just my opinion.
Right. And I see what you're talking about because we all are a product of our own experiences, right?
Right.
So whatever we go through, we tend to feel like that's the way of the world. When in all reality, when you start looking at things like you'll have women that'll get dogged out by men the same way and say, there's no good men, right? But for a man that's a good man, that's not fair. And just like we, in return, will have a man, such as yourself, have those same type of experiences and say, man, how hard would it be to actually find a good woman? But if we turn around and really look at it, though, right, there is a lot of good women out there. The problem is that who's teaching us men how to look for them? I'm not telling men at all, yo, go out there and rush and find yourself a wife. No, like for me to even look at my wife to be ready, I knew I wanted to marry her very early into our relationship. But I was like, I'm not marrying you until I figure out who you are. Who raised you? I need to know, do you have a father? What does that father mean to you? Do you have some type of stability, church, whatever I need, right? Whatever it is the man needs is something that you need to look for, I believe, when you vet out a woman. So I had to find those specific things in my wife before I even asked her to marry me, right? And it worked. I mean, like I said, all of these years later, we have a son. We built this whole, everything. We're going together. She's a stay-at-home mom. She lets me know I could trust her. Because just like you, right? I grew up in Queens. I'm from New York. Same thing, but in the hood, though. So I don't know if you're familiar with Far Rockaway. It's bad out there. It's real rough. Same type of situations with the people that you are around. I slept with married women. I've done all of that. The same type of experiences. The biggest thing that I took to me, though, was having men that they were where I wanted to be in life. Those were the men that I surrounded myself with. And they taught me how to be different, right? So I'm saying this is just my own personal experience. I still truly believe in marriage. I believe in when you find the right woman, it's almost clear signs, but then it is hard. But I would say this.
Nothing. I'm a vouch for this.
Mm-hmm.
When you as a man, when you with the right woman at the time, because she might be the right woman at the time, don't mean she's gonna stay the right woman 10 years from now.
Right.
But when you got that thing going good with that woman, she the right woman at the time, ain't nothing better in the world for a man. Right. There's nothing that will motivate a man to succeed better than the right woman.
Right.
I'm a motivator. I consider myself a master motivator. But nobody can motivate a man better than a woman that's got his back, better than a woman that's pushing, better than a woman that has showed that man she down with him. That man will go through a brick wall for that woman. But a lot of women nowadays don't realize that.
Right.
They don't realize that they can get a man that ain't got shit. I've seen a woman take a crackhead and turn him into something.
Turn them into something.
I ain't gonna say who it is because it's somebody close to me and they watch me and they know I don't want to share their business. I promise to God, God is my witness. I've seen a woman take a crackhead, homeless crackhead. For some reason, she started dating him. I don't know. She couldn't find another man but a crackhead. I don't know. But some kind of way they got together. That man got off crack, and that man ended up being successful from a woman that had his back. I saw that with my own eyes. So I know the power that a woman has over a man when it's the right woman. Right. But I also seen a woman break a man down that was on top.
All the way down. All the way down.
So
that's a fact. That's
you got to be careful. The woman can be your best asset or your worst liability.
Right.
Choose wisely is all I'm saying.
Oh, you're 100. I've seen that too, man, where a woman could take a man and drag him down to nothing. But in return, take a man and build him up into everything that he was meant to be in his lifetime. But like you said, it's all about choosing wisely. But marriage is a risk, right? Anything you do in life, right? You're a businessman. So in business, we take risk. And sometimes, you could put the majority of your chips on the line when you're dealing with business, and you can lose it all overnight.
Exactly.
Same thing with marriage. It's all a risk. You'd never know. But the whole thing is that gamble could be worth it to change your life. As you said, that woman could take you to the next level if you're not where you want to be. I do agree with men building themselves up before they get married, right? But I do also understand that that's not really realistic for majority of circumstances and situations, that you might have to find a woman on your way up. So, but like with me, I found my wife while I was working, while I was building myself. But some men I know found their wives when they were at the top. They're millionaires and they found a wife. And I don't know why the wives are with them. That's a different story. We never know. But it's a risk either way.
If you were to find a wife, if you're a man out there still believing in getting married and what have you, I would say this. If you're rich already, don't do
it. Word.
The only way I would recommend a man talking about finding a wife if like you just said, he on his way up. He on his way up. If you already established, not today. Not today.
Not today.
Back in the day, I would have done it. Back in the day, because that's how it's supposed to be. The man was supposed to be already up. He wasn't supposed to be broke going to get a wife and a family. You're supposed to have your money already before you got your wife and your family. Because you got to provide for them. That was normal.
That was how it had to be.
It wasn't like now they talking about that 50-50 shit. That was unheard of back then.
Right.
It wasn't no 50-50, but at the same time, the people weren't like they are now. The women wasn't like this now, as far as the 50-50. Yes, you had women that cheated and but it's not like this.
It's not to this degree. Social media ruined our women. I'm not gonna hold you.
The disrespect, man. The respect thing. I look on Facebook, what have you. I see more married women up there on the little, the little timeline, the little thing up there, the stories on Facebook where they take the little pictures, whatever. There's more married women up there flexing than just single. I'm like, what damn? Women that I know married. I'm just looking at that.
Right. Like really.
I know you're married. What's your husband think? He's scared to say something to you because you might leave him and take everything, take the kids. I know he don't like. I'm a man. I know he don't like that. I know he can't like that.
Right.
But what he gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? Leave her? And then she gonna take you. Y'all gonna get divorced.
She take everything, yeah.
Right. Cause so you say, well, you know what? She disrespecting the hell out of me. But if I leave, I will lose more than just my respect.
Right.
So a lot of times a man will stay, even though he's being disrespected. Cause the alternative is losing everything. So I just stay here and lose my respect and end up losing myself. losing my dignity, losing who I am, because I don't want to leave my kids and this, that, and the other. And that's what I did. That's what happened to me. So any man that's out there going through that right now, leave our ass. That's probably what you agree with. Don't stay there and put up with that shit. You'll be a zombie. I was a zombie walking around here, man. Folk didn't even recognize me. I wasn't buying clothes. I like to dress. I like to get clean. I like to keep my beard and stuff lined up. I had to stop doing all that.
That stress.
Right. Wanted to keep my family together. And all that I did, because I wasn't perfect as far as the perfect, I know what I'm saying. But I was willing to work on it. Ain't nobody perfect.
Right.
Nowadays, you got to pretty much spell it for a woman. They want the perfect man. They got a man up here in their head. And that's the only place that man exists, up here. He's not out here in the real world. They have a man up here that they're looking for. And they try to mold every man into that man up here. And if you don't fit that mold, he got to go. And they'll get rid of you because you don't add up to what they thinking. So more power to you, man. I wish you well, but I'm not taking a chance with that no more.
No, I feel you. I feel you, man. Listen, like I say, it's not for everybody, you know, and it's definitely not. It's not for people that you know seen a different side of it. Because sometimes you can be too far gone. I don't knock it. You know what I'm saying? This is why I would encourage the older women that are wives that don't move that way to talk and teach the younger women. Because essentially that's what's needed, right? We could talk because we old heads, so we could kind of talk the way we're talking and whatever. We could make an impact. But if we're not talking to the youth, that's the problem.
Well, this is what I want to do. I appreciate you, man. I want to move on to somebody else, but I appreciate you.
Of course.
And your support. And drop your link over here in the comment section, man, so we can follow you on your channel too.
Okay. That's the name right there, Grown Men Talking.
All right.
But I'll drop the link for sure.
All right, yeah, put it in the comment section. I'm gonna go and subscribe to you as well.
I appreciate you, my guy. Pleasure meeting you, man. Pleasure talking to you.
Likewise. Now, thank you, man.
All right, brother. Later.